Debunking the Russia investigation allegations. Here's a bombshell claim that's shaking the political landscape. A senior intelligence official has just dropped a new batch of declassified documents, insisting they prove a treasonous conspiracy by Obama-era officials to fabricate Russian election interference. But hold on, this is where it gets controversial. Experts are calling the allegations wildly misleading, and they're not just saying that to stir up drama. Let's break down why this latest chapter in the Russia saga is sparking so much debate. The documents, released by Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, allege that top Obama administration figures orchestrated a hoax to falsely accuse Russia of meddling in the 2016 election. Gabbard's memo leans heavily on older intelligence assessments, arguing that Russian cyberattacks didn't alter election infrastructure or change the vote outcome. But here's the catch. The 2017 Intelligence Community Assessment, ICA, never claimed Russian hackers breached voting systems. Instead, it focused on two distinct issues: President Putin's ordered influence campaign, think fake news, social media manipulation, and hacked emails, and cyber operations targeting US officials, like the infamous WikiLeaks email leaks. These are apples and oranges, one congressional source explains. Conflating them to make a political point is disingenuous at best. And this is the part most people miss. Even though the 2020 bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee confirmed the ICA's findings, Gabbard's narrative hinges on cherry-picking details. For instance, she cites pre-election intelligence stating foreign adversaries couldn't covertly overturn the vote outcome, a point that doesn't negate Russia's broader disinformation and hacking efforts. The Senate report itself interviewed the analysts who drafted the ICA, and none of them reported political bias. In fact, the CIA explicitly excluded unverified sources like the Steele dossier from the core analysis, keeping it in a separate annex. This isn't just a semantic squabble. The stakes are huge. By framing the Russia investigation as a hoax, Trump and his allies aim to rewrite history, undermining public trust in institutions like the FBI and CIA. Last month, CIA Director John Ratcliffe released a similar review, criticizing the ICA's process as atypical and corrupt, a move that now has the Justice Department investigating former officials like James Comey and John Brennan. Meanwhile, Trump's Truth Social posts mocking Obama and Clinton, paired with Gabbard's documents, paint a picture of a coordinated effort to expose the deep state. But here's the rub. If the intelligence community's conclusions were based on flawed evidence, why did a bipartisan Senate panel back them up? And if the Steele dossier, a report funded by the Clinton campaign, was truly irrelevant to the ICA, why does Gabbard's memo cite a whistleblower who claims it was used secretly? The answer lies in the nuance. The dossier provided context for Russia's motives but wasn't part of the ICA's core analysis, which relied on verified intelligence. So where does this leave us? Senator Mark Warner, a Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, calls Gabbard's actions an attempt to cook the books and erode trust. Others argue the administration is simply correcting historical inaccuracies. The truth likely sits somewhere in the middle. What's clear is that this battle over facts isn't just about the past, it's about shaping how we define integrity in government. And that's a conversation worth having. So, what do you think? Is this a legitimate attempt to correct the record, or a calculated ploy to discredit a critical investigation? Share your take in the comments below. Tulsi Gabbard's controversial claims. Unpacking the Seditious conspiracy. *** warning. Erosion of trust in U.S. intelligence. ** Tulsi Gabbard's recent claims of a seditious conspiracy have sparked intense debate. But do her allegations hold water? Or are they built on shaky ground? Former Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard made headlines with her explosive assertion. The only logical conclusion is that there was direct intent to cover up the truth about what occurred and who was responsible for the broad network of this seditious conspiracy. Her target? the U.S. intelligence community's long-standing conclusion that Russian President Vladimir Putin interfered in the 2016 presidential election to aid Donald Trump. The problem. Thin evidence ***. Gabbard's bombshell report, touted as evidence of a treasonous conspiracy, raises more questions than answers. How could she uncover new evidence that eluded for prior investigations, including 1. The 2019 Mueller report. 2. The 2019 Justice Department Inspector General report. 3. The 2020 Bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee report. 4. The 2023 Durham report. These exhaustive reports span approximately 2,500 pages, dwarfing Gabbard's relatively meager release of emails and meeting agendas. A closer look reveals that her report shows no indication of studying the earlier investigations, yet she boldly asserts a direct intent to cover up the truth. A co-conspirator in the crosshairs. One notable figure who would be implicated in this alleged conspiracy is current Secretary of State Marco Rubio. As a Republican senator, Rubio signed off on reports scrutinizing the Intelligence Community Assessment, ICA, on Russia's involvement in the 2016 campaign. The Senate Intelligence Committee's Volume 4 report dedicated 160 pages to the ICA's development, concluding that the assessment presented a coherent and well-constructed intelligence basis for Russian interference. Deconstructing Gabbard's strategy So, how does Gabbard attempt to undermine the ICA's conclusion? Let's break it down. Bait and switch Gabbard misrepresents the ICA's focus, suggesting it concluded Russia hacked into U.S. election systems. In reality, the ICA targeted Russian operations against the Democratic National Committee and the dissemination of obtained documents via WikiLeaks. Quoted out of context Gabbard misquotes news reports, omitting links and context. For example, she distorts a Washington Post article to imply that the CIA's conclusion about Russian interference was unfounded. Elevating the Steele dossier Gabbard highlights an unnamed ODNI whistleblower's 2019 emails, which express surprise that the Steele dossier was a factor in the ICA. However, this claim is disputed by the Senate committee investigation, the DOJ Inspector General's report, and the Durham report, which all scrutinized the FBI's reliance on the Steele dossier. The verdict. Evolution, not conspiracy The intelligence community's growing conviction that Putin directed efforts to swing the election towards Trump resulted from careful investigative work, not a conspiracy. As subsequent investigations confirmed, additional credible intelligence revealed Putin's preference for Trump over Clinton. Now it's your turn Do you think Tulsi Gabbard's allegations are founded, or do they represent a misguided attempt to undermine the U.S. intelligence community? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Stay informed Submit facts for us to check using this form. Insert link. Sign up for our weekly fact checker newsletter. Insert link. To stay up to date on the latest investigations.